Hello, welcome back. All right, I'm going to call Rudy and tell him what has been found. I think. Let's see if this works.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Rudy. By the way,
How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm recording
Oh,
because I found something. I found actually
excellent. What'd you find?
three interesting things that I said, oh, I must tell Rudy about this. I was looking through a box. It's like a computer paper box of all
Right.
kinds of. Oh my god! It'll take forever to really sort through it, but
Uh,
it's got like TPUG minutes from the the, the horrible days of people trying to take over and anyway. But in that box, there was also the service manual for the B model computers, which was
nice.
the funny things, and then there was also the service manual for the Plus 4.
Excellent.
But there was something else. Now, as I recall, you've been struggling a bit with a SUPERPET,
Yes.
and this has gone on for more than a couple of days.
Oh, yeah. It's more than a month now.
More than a month.
The 8032 is working finally, but the SuperPet board is not.
Uh-huh. And you're having difficulty finding information on this machine.
Yes, I was scouring the internet. I haven't found anything.
Well, you should have come to the basement.
Oh,
Because
do
what
tell.
I found down there in this same box with all this other stuff was it's the Commodore SuperPet technical manual.
Oh,
Model
excellent.
SP9000 from
Excellent.
Commodore. And actually, it had never been opened. It's actually in a plastic bag. I pulled the tape off and I had a look. Basically, I'm going to take it out again here. There's the front page. It should go in a binder. It's got holes for a binder, but it's not in one. There's the front page, which has a picture of the SuperPet. And then there's not a whole lot of rigmarole in that these documents are for repair service information only. Part numbers are for reference only. Only parts on current dealer parts lists are available. No license is given for any use by possession of these documents and may not be reproduced in any form without the written approval of Commodore Electronics.
All right.
Limited.
So
oh my.
if you lend me the book and I scan it to make a PDF, I'll have to write to Commodore first.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm sure you just write to them in Pennsylvania. I'm sure you'll get a quick response. Anyway, what this has in it is funny. I thought there was a page that listed what it has. Anyway, it basically, I didn't lose a page. Anyway, it's, no, I think there was actually nothing really, it is schematics of everything you can possibly imagine. And also, looking down at the end here of the last one, it's showing PCB waveforms. Oh, 12-inch CRT display. Horizontal, okay, waveforms, vertical waveforms, PCB waveforms. But it's got, well, there's the power supply. I'm not even sure how many schematics there are here. But I'm sure that somehow something in here has got to be helpful.
I'm sure. I'll have to take a look.
You know what? And I do not remember having it, but this box, literally, it's an old computer paper box.
Right.
I'm just trying to get this, and it had a couple of things on the top, but then it was just like paper and bunches of it. Like there was one of the TPUG magazines that has Richard and I on it. There was also, you remember the magazine Toronto Computes?
Yes.
Yeah, I was on the cover once.
Oh.
And I found a couple of them, and like all kinds of TPUG minutes and financial statements, and the first thing I looked at it was talking about there were people who tendered their resignations because it did turn into a real mess. I'm sure it turned into a real mess a number of times over the years.
Oh,
yeah. Anyway, like for example, just putting the sacred ledger down here. For example, there was I don't remember if it was Delphi or, because that was another online thing, or CompuServe. TPUG
right.
was looking at having a presence on there, and I don't know that it ever happened, but I don't know if it happened with anybody, because after they came and talked to the TPUG people, they had another group that was interested in being the Commodore presence on the thing, and it was led by one of the people on the board of directors of TPUG. And I was like, yes, dirty pool. Anyway,
Yes.
there was all kinds of shenanigans going on back then.
There's always shenanigans.
Indeed. Anyway, so I will put this thing aside with the SUPERPET board and everything else.
Excellent.
And when you are down,
yep,
I am forever hopeful that something in there tweaks. Well, between the other board that hopefully works and this, hopefully there is something in there.
Yes.
Because, and then of course this, oh yeah, even though, oh yes, can't reproduce, yeah, right. Well, you know what? It needs to be reproduced because there's other people out there.
Yes.
Who are in need, in trouble.
Well, the problem I'm having with the schematics is that there are different boards, right? And there's a single board and there's a two boards, and I think a three boards.
Well, there's
just a two.
There's the one you have is a two board because the 8032 is one board,
right?
And SUPERPET is the other,
right?
Yeah.
But there's another that has three boards, right?
It has the two boards plus the other
8032.
Yes.
So the problem is the schematics I'm finding they're not labeled in the sense that is it the one board or is this the additional board or is this the one with the two boards?
Interesting.
So they're different.
Yes.
But this is great news. When I get it, I shall scan it and send you a PDF and put it up on Internet Archive.
Indeed. I'm not. Schematic SUPERPET combo board. Interesting. Well, I'd like to think if this has all the SUPERPET stuff, it has both, I would hope.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you know what? Okay, it may be for the 3 board one, but hang on, I'm still flipping. There's a thing here that says schematic CompuThink. I think that's who they got the first memory board from.
Right.
What is this thing? Oh, yeah, that's the CompuThink thing. Oh, come on. It's got to have. Aha. PCB schematic BMB board. Okay, maybe the first things are these that are. Oh, I don't know. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Take a look.
We will see. Uh-oh. All failed.
Hello?
And poof, the call failed.
Oh, yes, I'm back.
Yes. All right. I'm going to slide this again very carefully back into here.
So if it requires a binder, that's good. That'll be easier to scan.
Well, it's got 3 holes punched and everything, but it's not in a binder. It's in a little.
Right. So it'll be good for scanning and
put
in a binder.
You don't have to rip the thing apart or do any.
Exactly.
Like
yeah. Right. That's great news.
Well, hopefully something of it is workable. I really did forget that I ever had this thing. And it was just a fluke, because I looked at this box and I said, oh, I can't go through all this stuff. And I said, no, there might be something. Not like just, I had no idea this was here, but there might be something cool.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I'll dig into it. And at some point I should read through the minutes that I probably never read through years ago, through all the kerfuffle that was going on.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, it happens, right? In any organization. Regardless if it's profit or non-profit, there's always going to be some kind of kerfuffle, shenanigans.
Well, it's almost like every organization has to have their church lady.
That's right.
Who just has to be themselves.
So the program...
in the non-profit thing, of course, there's always somebody looking to make a buck or take advantage of something.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing your board if it has any additional jumper wires that are either put on in the wrong place or missing. Because basically 99% of all the chips on the SUPERPET board side work. I have that big chip that's the 6551 chip. I removed it, and I'm getting some sent to me in the mail over the next week or two. Now,
and you said a pin broke?
Yeah, well, it was very fragile, and the pin broke because it's very old, right? But that's fine. They can always solder on a pin if it's still good. But I think that might be part of the problem because I wasn't really getting any signals out of it. However, there's another chip, the 6702, I believe, or 05. And there's a chip that that Commodore put on to check for bootleg software.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if that chip is bad, there are no replacements, unfortunately. Commodore did not give up the instructions or the schematic of the chip itself, so there's no way to replace it.
The weenies. Okay, I'm just grabbing the SUPERPET board, and I am looking.
So, do you know where the RS-232 connector is?
Yeah.
Okay, have that pointing to your left.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the chip right in front of it.
There's a big wide chip.
It looks almost like a ROM chip.
Yeah, that's a 6551.
Oh, yes, I have my reading glasses on. I can see that.
Now, beside that, I think it's to the left of it, there's another chip, a 6702 or 05, I can't remember. This narrow chip.
So is it right next to... Oh, wait. These chips are kind of dirty. Oh. So it's not right next to the connector, it's one
to next to the wide... Yeah, the fat chip that was looking at ROM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that chip...
On the board, I think it's U41.
I believe so. Now,
so that is the mystery chip.
Yeah, that chip, there's no documentation, there's no diagram, there's no replacement chip, there's no nothing. So if that one goes bad, then I got a parts board. Because you can't replace that chip.
Oops.
Now, the question is, I'm going to be removing it and see if it works. Maybe it will still work. I don't know. I don't think so.
Well,
we shall see.
do what you must do with this other board to figure
Well,
out.
all I want to do more first thing is check the wiring on the back of it and the top of it. Make sure it's correct, like the jumper wires.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's correct, then I would like to pull out the 3 ROMs. One's already in a socket. You have 2 more that are soldered to the board.
Yep.
I want to pull those off and put them in mine.
Yeah.
Now, I do have these little daughter boards that you can put an EEPROM on them. So I did make EEPROMs, but I'm still getting the same error. So I don't know if the EEPROMs are bad, like the code I got for the EEPROMs are bad, or something else. So I need to put those in just to or put mine into yours if yours is working, just to verify they're good ROMs, right?
Yeah. Do what you must do.
Yeah. But I'm pretty much like 99% convinced it's either the jumper wires are missing, like the bodge wires are either missing or incorrect, or that one chip that I can't get replacement for.
Hello, Penny.
Oh,
what are you up?
Time for a CAT scan?
Well, she's just kind of looking at me like, I'm here. Oh, she's stretching on the floor, doing a little yoga.
Not camera shy.
Well, she hasn't jumped up here yet. What do you want? What do you want, Penny? Oh, now she's she's looking at the table.
Yeah.
But I think she's walking away. She looked and thought.
No scan. No scan required today.
Anyway, well, we'll see. Hopefully this works, and with it working, you can pin down whatever's bad. So a chip to tell if you're using bootleg software.
Yes.
I wonder how that even could tell.
I don't know. It's a very good question. However, it should still boot up with the screen. You know, the 6809 screen where you flick this. First it should still boot into the 8032 mode, right? I think. And it should still boot into that menu where it pops up on the 6809 mode, where you have the menu of different programming languages you want. Mm-hmm. It's only when you're loading up the program from the floppy disk that it should be detecting if it's copyrighted or not. I don't know. I'm making an assumption here, but I think it should still boot up.
Maybe it's something to do with, because that chip is very close to the ROMs, and of course next to the ROMs are the 2 empty sockets where you would have to put in like the chip for Paperclip or the chip for WordPro or the chip for whatever. So
exactly,
maybe somehow or another, depending what you're running, it's looking to see, have you got the ROM chip?
Right, but if that chip is acting up, then it might not let anything work.
It is possible.
It's possible. So it's either bodge wires, ROMs, or that chip. That's all that's left to do on the board. And then if I get this thing, one other thing I want to do is I want to plug it into my 4032 like you mentioned before. I think that would be a neat test to see, is the problem on the board or is it the 8032 side that's causing it? Even though the 8032 side works fine, if I just remove the PET board and just use it as an 8032, it works fine. That's all the tests.
Yep, that's weird.
Yeah. Oh, I'm also gonna ask if I can borrow the cable that goes from the CPU socket to the upper board and the switch.
Okay. I gotta find such things.
Yeah, if you have them. I've already took the multimeter to mine. It's fine. All the pins are showing good, and even the what's it called? Even Even the, oh my god, I got a mental block here.
The switch?
Even the switches look fine because it's switching between the two. It's just giving me an error, right? But we'll see.
Indeedy.
We shall see. And
Oh, look.
yeah, I'm curious to see how, like you mentioned, I'm curious to see how it works with the on the 4032. Even though the screen will be, in 40 columns, should get something, right?
Well, I figure you'll either get the same error.
Yeah.
Or you won't.
Yep, exactly.
Certainly, it's got to be some little something.
Oh yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the bodge wires, the jumper wires. Could be that. It could be a missing one. It could be soldered onto the wrong pin. I'm not sure, but it's difficult to do without, because the schematics, they'll show it, but they don't show if it's the bodge wire, so you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know where the ones that you had on were.
Yes, you sent me those pictures, and I put them on, but I need to verify that what your board and my board are showing the same.
Very good.
I believe they are, but you never know. I mean, you could solder the one of the ends to the wrong pin.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there was recently I was working on a 64 where I accidentally left 2 pins attached. It shouldn't be.
Yeah. Yeah. I even actually today I went through the whole board just to make sure it didn't have any pins that weren't soldered. That happens. So you put a socket in, you solder it up. Okay, it's good. And it's like, no, you missed one or two. But yeah, we'll see. This board apparently has had a lot of like a good 80% of the chips on the board were bad.
Oh my.
And so I had to basically socketed the whole thing. Except for those 3 chips.
Oh my.
Yep. But it'll be worth it if I can get it working.
Mm-hmm. It's a lovely machine.
Oh yeah, it's very nice. It was great because once this is working, I would like to get that OS9 board, that kit, and then get this all going, and that'd be kind of fun to have set up, and then it will be complete.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I will look for another switch and the
cable.
The one that the cable that goes from the 6502 socket up to the edge connector.
Right. If you have it, that's great. If you don't, then that's fine too. Like I said,
I would like to think I do.
Even the little cable that has the power, that brings the power up to above the top board, is working fine. But you never know. I've taken the switches apart. I've cleaned them, and the screen is flickering when you switch it. So I'm assuming it's working.
Mm-hmm. It's well, yeah, that's the thing of troubleshooting. I mean, swap things out, see if there's any difference.
Yeah.
Carry on.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'll let you go.
All right.
Thanks for the good news.
Well, you know what? As I look through it, it may indeed be, sadly, for the 3-board model. But anyway, you are just, who knows? There could be something else in there that is helpful, or something in there might help you lead to something else, or I don't know. Anyway,
the waveforms might be helpful too, right? Because it should be the same. Waveform should be on regardless of the board. It just be a different location, but it should be the same. Because they operate the same. It's just one is a 1 board and one is 2 boards, right?
Yep. Well, I figure it was the second board and the 3-board one was RAM.
Right.
And and eventually they put it all together on one.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
There are RAM chips on the single board, right?
Oh yeah, this is fully populated with RAM.
Very good.
I've tested all the RAM. It's all the RAM is good too, but I don't think it's a RAM issue. It's there's a weird conflict going on. It doesn't know which chip to. It's trying to activate both the 6502 and the 6809. So they're both fighting to be, running. So there's something else. So I've been poking around, and we'll see.
Very good. Well, perhaps it is time to dine.
Yes.
All right. Well, stay tuned, and I will continue to gather.
Yep. Good luck, and it's always fun to go through boxes and find all kinds of surprises.
One day I'm going to find that soldering iron. One day.
The ZIF 64.
Oh, that too. But no, it won't be in a basement box. It won't. It never went down. I'm still absolutely baffled. For people that don't know, Rudy very nicely gathered a 64, put in all these ZIF sockets so it would be easier for me to do things. And I was like, hey, this is great. And then, he brought it here, and I can't find it. But I had it. I know. And it was in a plastic bag. And I was like, yeah. Set it aside.
You'll find it. It'll just take some time, but you'll find it. Since you're going through everything anyways.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will find it.
That's right. You will.
All right. Well, we'll see you when we see you, and have a lovely, lovely day.
You too.
All right.
Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.
All right. So, it may not be the wondrous thing that I thought it was, because it makes reference to the BMB board, which was BMB CompuScience, which I think was the one board as part of the two board, which is actually part of the three board. Because it was the 8032, there was a SUPERPET board, and then there was the RAM board, until they came up with everything on one, which really means two. All right, thanks for coming. Have a lovely day. David Bradley back in the TV room, signing off. Bye for now.